we're on a pretty tight point. We're on a close haul, between a close haul and a close reach. So I let the main sheet out just a little bit to try and funnel the wind a little bit better, so we can stay on the same line. make the most of the wind. 6.6 knots. Between 30 and 60, so it's going to be a challenge anyway. Where are you? We are in Southwest Florida. Fort Myers area. We are trying to race the thunderstorms home. We're supposed to get some big thunderstorms this afternoon, and we decided to come back a day early because wanted to be back at home in case they were really big, because they were saying it could be 40 knots of wind with the thunderstorms, and that's a lot for us. So we're just heading home one day early to dodge the thunderstorms. What speed? Boat speed. The boat is doing 7 knots right now in about 17 knots of wind. .3 knots. In Orlando. Yeah, there's a good breeze today. It's coming out of the south. It was supposed to be 10 to 15, but it's really like 15 to 20, which is not surprising. Sorry for all the coughing. I still have bronchitis and it's taking me forever to get over it, so I apologize for the coughing. I feel fine. I'm just coughing still. And my voice gets a little squeaky. Water temp. At least 80. We were swimming in it yesterday and we were paddleboarding it. Why do I keep looking back at you? Because it's on autopilot, so I just have to check it every now and then. I don't have to, it's not like you're driving a car where you have to keep your eyes on the road. potential for 40-knot winds and lightning, so we are going back to our dock where I can tie her up to the dock and not have an anchor in the water, which is conductive, and that she'll be safer there. Any boat traffic? We saw a couple of, there's always like the little fishing boats out in the morning. I don't know if you can see it in the rear-facing camera, but there's a big sailboat behind us. I see another sailboat coming out, but they don't have their sails up. Here comes a boat going right, you'll see a boat go right past our boat in a second. There they go. And we are going to head into their wake head on so the wake doesn't bother us very much. Hey you guys, hey you guys. But that's a good way to cross if you're on a powerboat. That's a great way to cross a sailboat because taking the wakes on the nose is a lot more comfortable for us than if you pass us parallel, because then it just flips, not flips, but it throws the boat from left to right, which can be really uncomfortable and can break stuff inside. But across the nose or across the stern, that's no problem for us at all. Across the bow. Can you see these little things right here? Those are, yeah, our jib is a Genoa. These things right here are called telltales, and when they're going like straight back, that means you're using your Genoa efficiently and the winds are flying the right way. If they're going all crazy, then it means that the laminar flow of wind across the outside and the inside of the Genoa isn't even, so it's not completely efficient. And one of mine is kind of tangled up there. But both the red one and the green one should be like kind of going in the same direction, and my green one, which is the inside, is kind of like going wiggy. And part of that is because we are on a close haul, and part of it is the wind is really variable. Yeah, it is. It's a Lagoon 380. We are actually returning back to our dock because there's a big thunderstorm cell headed our way from the northwest. And we left on Friday morning, and we were planning on staying out until Monday, but they're predicting lightning and 40 knots of wind, so we're better off at a dock with that kind of weather. What's my course? My course is to home. The wind degree angle right now is between 30 and 60. The boat is happiest at 60, but the wind's a little bit variable right now, so, and we have a line that we're trying to maintain, so it's a little wonky, not too bad. So catamarans do not like to sail at a less than 30 degrees. They don't point that high. Maybe the racing ones do, but this is not a racing catamaran. But she is pretty happy at 60. And right now we're doing 5.1 knots and 13 knots of wind. Getting close to 30. Now it's back down to 60-ish. We're still doing more than 5 knots, so I'm all right. ETA is noon time still. Yeah, some catamarans you can point higher to wind. The Outremer's monohull is really uncomfortable, and downwind sailing on a catamaran is awesome. And once we round the bend in probably about a half an hour, we're going to be doing some pretty much maybe wing on wing downwind sailing, and that's great on a catamaran. That's my favorite point of sail. Now we've lost some of our wind. We're down to 13 knots of wind, and we're only doing 4.7 knots, which feels very slow. And you can see the Genoa is luffing a little bit because there's just not a lot of wind. It's not a day trip. We actually left on Friday, and we were planning on staying out until tomorrow, and we were going to do some Gulf sailing today, but the weather decided otherwise for us, so we're headed home a day early. We're going to have to tack, yep, and like pretty soon. You want me to turn the live off to tack, or are you okay? We do need to tack though. We're going into some shorter water. Actually, no, we're all right. We're all right for a while, but we are going to need to tack. Because otherwise we're going to go on the wrong side of we're just like a little bit on the wrong side of the green. Here's our previous line. Do you want to tack now, or do you want to tack later? What is the sailing craft? It's a Lagoon 380 sailing catamaran. Do you dock at night or anchor? Anchor at night, but we have a dock behind our house that we keep the lagoon at. I've left the dock twice in the dark. Once at our house and once at the ship boatyard we were at. And I can do it, but I don't like it that much. What do you think? Huh?
I think we're okay.
And then just tack at the last minute and then come up? Okay.
If you want,
Huh?
if you want, you can just bump it over a degree.
That way?
Yeah.
But look how close we are to 30.
It's all right. We're still doing 5 now.
Nothing like crazy up there. Thump, thump, thump.
You can tighten up that line though if you want.
Which one? The
Yep.
Genoa? Shut up. I just don't want to put my butt on camera.
You have to use the wind.
I know. Nope, Southwest Florida. That's better.
Yep. So you're getting up to 6 knots now.
Yep. Would you tell us your first names? I'm Robin, and my husband's name is Christian. Going kind of fast. Where are you sailing to? We are sailing back to our house. We left our house on Friday, and we've been sailing around and anchoring. And there's a big thunderstorm coming our way, so we are headed back home a day early. Oh yeah, he's with me. He's laying down asleep right over there. He always sails with us. We never leave him home. I would show you on the camera where the dog is, but I have the camera really tightly wrapped around one of the poles, and I don't want to mess with it because it's hard to get it right, especially when the boat's moving so much. What am I sailing? This is a Lagoon 380 sailing catamaran. We're in the middle of that storm I think you're talking about. Where are you guys? It's supposed to be coming like from the northwest, and it's like gonna go through Tampa and then eventually hit us around 2, and we're supposed to get back to the dock around noon, so hopefully we'll have lots of time to beat it. Yes, our dog loves the water. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. It's a very big canoe. It is a Lagoon 380. The Leopard 45s are beautiful. I love the front doors on them. Those are great. Be there next Saturday. Have fun. We're down to 12 knots of wind, but we're still doing 5.5 knots. Do you ever sail to ports outside of Florida? Not yet, but it is on our to-do list. We are sailing home right now because there is a big thunderstorm headed our way with lightning and 40-knot winds, and we don't want to get stuck in that. I'm sorry you're getting seasick. My husband and I both wear these things called relief bands, and they shock the vagus nerve that goes between your brain and your stomach, so your stomach doesn't get the signals to throw up. And it works really well because it doesn't use drugs, and it keeps your brain clear. And I'm not wearing one now because usually after a day or two I get pretty acclimated to the boat movement, and then my brain is fine. Probably the funniest part is when we're on land after we've been on the boat for 3 or 4 days, the ground moves beneath us for a day or two, like we're still on the boat except we're on the ground, on land. Because it's our brains going, what are you doing? I just get used to all the movement all the time, and now I'm still again. Did your dog jump off the first time? No, he doesn't jump off, especially when we're moving. And if we're doing something like tacking or something that requires both of us to pay attention, he has a tether in the cockpit that goes to the front of his harness, so he can't jump off when we're doing things where him jumping off would be a danger to him or to us. But once we're anchored, he's free to roam the boat, and he stays on board unless we jump in the water, and then he wants to be in the water with us. Buoy over there to our port side, the Cape Hayes lighted buoy, the yellow one.
Yeah.
Remember we didn't see it the first time coming down?
Is that the
That's it.
eastern one or the western one?
Let's see. I don't see the other one, but I swear to God, we were coming down the first time, we couldn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see the western one. I think we have about 10 more minutes, and then we need to tack, okay? Yeah, it is a green marker, but we're going to come up on the wrong side of it. Alrighty. I'm bumping it 2 degrees. See what we get. So on the right side of the green marker that we're coming up to, there's plenty of water for us. Immediately to the left of that green marker, it gets incredibly shallow, like 1 to 2 feet. So we absolutely cannot go on the left side of the green marker. Where are you sailing? We are sailing home. Fontaine Peugeots are beautiful boats. Love those. Let's zoom back here. We are not afraid of sharks. People are a lot scarier than sharks. Let's see. Navy man here. Hello. The Zodiac. Those things are fast. Mars on Earth. People like to think that boats are off-grid and you can kind of escape for a long time, but they're such complicated pieces of machinery that you're constantly fixing them, and you're constantly trying to source parts for them, and the marine environment is super, super harsh, so you can't just sort of like buy a boat and sail off into the sunset and like not come back for a couple of years, because inevitably you will need to come back to fix something. So you can escape for a little while, but you can't escape for too long. I'm still too shallow. Want me to bump more?
Yeah.
Alright. It's kind of, well, I'm losing my wind a little bit. It's still of wavering between 30 and 60 degrees. So I bumped it 3 degrees to starboard. See if I can, yeah, now I'm losing the wind. We're going to have to tack.
So come back to where you get your wind this way, because you need some speed to tack.
Okay, I'm on standby. This isn't on camera, just this is. All right, I'm back at 60 degrees.
Ready?
Okay, ready to come about. Coming about. Take all the way.
done, Captain.
Nicely done, Captain. Let's see, what's your location? Southwest Florida. Back this way? Yeah. Yep. You're right. That looks good. It is a beautiful day, but it's not going to be, hey Tim, it's not going to be a beautiful day in about 4 hours. So we are racing to get back to our dock before the thunderstorms hit. We're doing about 6.5 knots and 12 knots of wind, which is great. Yeah, I think we should be fine. We have, it's saying we'll get to our dock around 12:30, and the thunderstorms are supposed to start rolling in around 2, so fingers crossed. Almost 7 knots and 14 knots of wind, so we're right at 50%. So that's good. 50%
Yeah, we're kind of following that corridor.
Yep.
Careful, this is a big corner.
Yep. Not much I can do. I'm under sail. I can't get out of the way. I'll watch out though. I'm watching. Be able to see there's a powerboat that's going to go across our bow, which is a great way to pass the sailboat because the wake doesn't affect us badly at all. Is that the ferry out there? I can't tell either. So there may be, I can't quite tell in the sunshine, but there may be a ferry out there. And if there is a ferry out there, we get the hell out of the way of the ferry's line because it's a commercial vehicle and it's deeper draft than us. So he doesn't have as much choice in where he's going, and he's also big and it's hard for him to stop. So instincts say get out of his way, and also common sense says get out of his way. So once he gets a little closer and I can kind of see what track he's on, I may have to adjust our track. Possible storms coming later. Yep, that's why we're going home. I am happy to take you guys along. Yep, I don't think it's the big ferry, but it's definitely a ferry, but he's crossing in front of us, so we should be fine. I don't know where he's going. Usually they go to Coyote Puffs, but Coyote Puffs is closed for the hurricane. Out there, it's pretty bright sunshine behind you. He is good. If we were really worried, we would turn on our AIS and kind of watch his bearing to get a better idea of it, but weather, nobody's going really fast, and it was easy to see just using your eyeballs. You're going to see him pop out on the other side of the Genoa right there. There he is. Sailboat try and take that corner to the left of the green marker and run aground. So the sands shift a lot here, and everything is really shallow. We're only at 8 feet of water right now, and that feels deep to us. So we never cut that corner. Where are we sailing? We are going back home. We're going home a day early. We've been out sailing since Friday, and we're turning a day early because there are thunderstorms headed to us with 40 knot gusts and lightning, and it's safer for the boat to be back at our dock, and it is anchored out in the water. And it's a lot less scary for the humans too. motors and get back home. We can actually sail faster than we can motor. Our motor's flat out. We'll do about 7 knots, and once we go around the bend, and we're doing 6.6 knots just with the sails right now, and once we go around the bend, we may be able to get up to 9 knots. So there's no point in motoring because it's a sailboat and we've got wind. So Gemini cat, that's going to be some nice sailing up there. Call the Coast Guard for help. I have no idea why. We're doing great. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. We're just going home a day early from sailing because there's a big thunderstorm cell headed our way. It should get here around 2 o'clock. And we should get back to our dock between 12 and 12:30. Yeah, oh, that's funny, back up now. I don't know why. I don't know why it went away. It might be because the cell, we're far away from the cell tower. So, wow, I was down for minutes. Sorry. It might just be because when you sail through the middle of the bay, sometimes your cell service goes way down. So I'm going to go about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to say bye because my phone is running out of juice. All right, we passed the green marker. It's so funny, the winds just dropped because they're behind us now. 5.1 knots, 5 knots. What angle do you want it?
Probably around 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm between 4 and 5 o'clock, 120 and 190 right now.
Yeah.
We are losing our wind. We might want to mess with the sails a little bit though. You want to do wing on wing? We can totally go straight downwind.
What's the wind say?
It's saying 6.87 knots, and we've slowed way down. We're doing like 3.8, 3.9. Right. Do you want me to just zigzag back home and tack all the way back up? Yeah, it's going to be like very... Well, let me do a beam reach for a little bit, because we're not going like away. And we were getting about 5 knots on a beam reach. sail some more. So, all right, I am headed out because we are running out of wind and we are running out of power on my phone. Excuse me. Bronchitis sucks too. Anyway, sorry. Thank you very much for coming to my live and sailing along with us, and I will bring you along the next time we go out. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.